Edition of the Rutherford Files. Bill tells us about the return of a familiar face to Little Rock. Here's his report.
He has a huge head, big black eyes, a baleful stare. He is Balstovitch. Now, you may have seen Balstovitch before on the side of some building, painted by somebody we will call Mr. X.
Have you seen this symbol? If you've lived in the Little Rock area anywhere from the late 70s until today, the answer is likely yes. But if you live anywhere else in the world, then you probably don't recognize this symbol.
Because I think that thing should have been in every head shop in America.
Not many know of these quizzical murals and the legend behind them. So let's take a look at the local lore of Balstovitch. Balstovitch was the name of an alien-like symbol that was painted across the Little Rock, Arkansas area by unknown artists in the late 70s. The symbol quickly captivated the locals and soon found its way into local publications. And over 40 years later, you can still find the symbol if you look in the right Little Rockian nooks and crannies. But who were these mysterious artists? And how did the symbol become such a local phenomenon? Well, that's the nut we're here to crack today. To begin this journey, we located the various paintings across the city, which led us to the Parlor Tattoo shop. Here, the current owner directed us to an old friend of the artist, who now owns a tattoo parlor in Eureka Springs. So, we headed 3 hours up north and spoke with one of the first ever tattoo artists in the Little Rock area. This is Scott Diffee, a former Little Rock local who recently moved up north to settle down with his own tattoo shop. Diffee has been a tattoo artist for over 30 years and has played in multiple bands during the peak of the booming Little Rock music scenes in the 90s. His band, Go Fast, opened for various musicians in the country and even had a record with art created by Ed Roth. Scott even painted the original logo in the wall 30 years ago in the pizza shop/venue called Vino's, which is one of the oldest and most famous venues in Arkansas, and has welcomed thousands of artists from the likes of hometown hero Evanescence and even Green Day. Scott was friends with the artist and even commissioned him to paint a Balstovitch mural in one of his old tattoo shops.
But he'll just take a butter cup, like a butter bowl, and he'll put a bunch of black on one side of it and a bunch of white. And then he'll just go in and start mixing. He'll mix it as he goes. And he'll just paint it from scratch. And he got that out of wood.
Scott says that the artist would paint the symbol from memory and tells us the origin story about how the mystery artist was abducted by aliens that looked like the symbol.
It was him and another kid got abducted. They're going to train them to fly spaceships, like warships or something, okay. And for battle. Yeah. So they needed the best. So he didn't pass the test. Oh, wow. So they kept the other kid, and then they put him back on Earth, and they give him the power of art. They give him the power to paint. So he, plus they gave him the vision of Balstovitch. And he started using his vision and his talent to promote it. And he started painting it everywhere. Nice. So he's kind of like the first tagger. Yeah. you know?
Diffee continues on about his own controversies, including how his mom blamed him for the murder of his grandma, and reiterates how he thinks the Balstovitch symbol should have been in every head shop in America, stating how the mystery artist's cultural contributions were ahead of its time and predates the cultural boom that occurred in the 90s in Little Rock. And since we didn't wish to waste his time while he was on the clock, we let him brand me forever with the Balstovitch symbol. Once we returned to Little Rock, I contacted the Facebook page that documents the current Balstovitch sightings, as well as some historical facts and other art. The page is actually ran by the artist himself, and next thing you know, we have the chance to speak with the mystery man that they call Mr. X.
What leads you to choose a particular place?
The seclusion of it, the darkness.
There are really two of you.
Mm-hmm.
You do the painting.
Yep.
The other fellow, what does he do?
He watches out for cars and people wandering around loose.
Why did you start up again?
Oh, I'm not tired of it yet.
Actually, the mystery artist was publicly revealed over a decade ago, and his actual name is Roland P. Burnham, and he's a lot more than just the Balstovitch symbol.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd document the elevator ride.
Yeah. We gotta get it all, you know.
It's all part
crucial.
I'm Roland Burnham, and all I do is art. Different kind of art that I do, and most Arkansas people are aware of or have a desire for.
All right.
Yeah, I do the weird stuff.
Roland P. Burnham was born in the 50s and took a liking to painting after his dad brought home some oil paints. Roland practiced as a kid, even getting featured in some local papers for his work, and by the time he was 18, says he didn't need to practice anymore. Aside from art, Roland played music with his friend Mike Thomas, who was a person who originally etched the Balstovitch symbol into a school desk, and with the help of Roland's painting skills, decided to take the symbol one step further.
Well, there's another guy involved, and that would be Mike Thomas. This guy here, he plays guitar and writes songs.
I was going to ask about that. I was going to ask because I know, like, because I had read some of the early, like, newspaper clippings and talking about how it was like a band of few people sort of working on it. So.
Well, it's just two people, me and Mike Thomas.
All right.
He was in Parkview High School when he created it on a desk. He was just in a study hall, and he just scratched it with a penknife. With a penknife, he just scratched it on the surface of this desk, and it was kind of scratchy and not really well done. But then he brought it to me on a piece of paper and said, "What can we do with this?" And it was just a cartoon, you know. And so I said, "Well, we can make it three-dimensional, make it bigger."
Nice.
I don't know what to do with it. It's an interesting creature. It's got 5 points to it, like a pentagram does.
Yeah.
So you got to go. It's got symmetry to it. So let's see. Oh, let's put it on a wall. So.
Yeah.
Roland also debunked the alien abduction story.
That does sound familiar, actually, but it sounds like something he made up.
Something he made up.
Something I made it.
Yeah.
But maybe I made it up at that time just to please him.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I do that because they ask questions and you don't know the answers to, and you got to just make something up.
Yeah, I understand.
That's interesting, you know, but I don't remember telling him that story, but I remember it coming back to me like he was the one that made it up.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of cool that, I mean, could be different interpretations of it, you know.
Roland has a vast array of art to show off and has many paintings in the surrealism style, including a work in progress called The Street Artist and a collection of bowling pin paintings. Roland told us that he doesn't have many regrets in his life, but any regrets he does have, he paints on this canvas, which he says has been a continual work in progress spanning since he was 23 years old.
This is called the family tree, dead limb on a family tree. That's who I am, since I have no kids.
Is this painting like just the best representation of all your regrets, or
but it will be.
It will be. Okay.
You know, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of little spaces you can do things in. Like here's my dog that I had for 11 years, Dachshund.
Yeah.
She was a great dog, but I have her there, and these steps to me represent a sound from the river back in the 60s when they were working on the river, the dam.
Yeah.
It had a motor, a pump that lasted all night long. And you're trying to sleep. You know, I lived in Kingwood in Little Rock.
Yeah.
And you could hear that sound all through the night. And then these steps are inside my house at that time, and I always envisioned some little creature hammering down there, and that's what made the noise. You know, so that's what that is.
Yeah.
And then the alien here, he's got the angel. The angel's the devil's on my back. This is me. I'm balancing on the tip of a point of a unicorn.
Yeah.
And that's the devil, that's an angel, and that's an alien. They're all stacked up on me. They're all on my back.
Yeah.
They're just driving me crazy. And then here's my spirit breaking through the other side. And I can't tell you every little thing. Like, this has a secret meaning I'm not supposed to say.
Yeah.
And here I am down here in this little window, real far away. And here's a ghost. Here's a mermaid.
What about this face over here under the unicorn?
Yeah, that's a hooded figure under the tail of the horse. It has no meaning as far as I know. It's just fit in there. It just fit in there, so I put it in there. And I have a train coming out of a tunnel that's coming out of a mountain. It's got a dragon coming out of the chest area of this shirt.
Yeah. Who's this guy supposed to be?
This is supposed to be me.
That's you? Okay.
When I was 23.
Nice.
But I had long hair.
Yeah.
Not like yours, but it was long.
Yeah.
It came out
a little longer than bald, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It came down to my shoulders at certain points, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's right now. I just got it bald because I don't know what kind of hair I'm gonna have.
Yeah.
When I finish it. So, I just start with a bald head there.
While speaking with Roland, it was clear that he had an immense amount of respect and admiration for his late friend Mike Thomas, who passed away a few years ago. He said that while he often found himself torn between pursuing art and music, he primarily played music in order to help Thomas, who Roland claimed was a musical genius.
There I am with my head in a cloud, and I walk along, dreaming aloud of a sky blue rain. Hope is my pain. Far and wide, narrow and near are the voices calling to my inner ear. They say, why are you here? Find who you are. Much must be done, and you can go far.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. That was really good.
Roland P. Burnham is a nuanced individual whose humility almost masks the immense creativity that he exudes. In fact, his impact even stretched to the Oval Office, where one of his bowling pin paintings of Bill Clinton lasted in the White House for his entire 8-year tenure as president. But his main impact is right here in Little Rock. I'm sitting here in the wreckage of what is the very first Balstovitch painting from the 70s. It's rare for his murals to last, and he's content with this cycle. But what will last is the effect that he has on the people of this community, where no one will forget the life that he brought to the land. I'm Cam James. Thank you for watching.
You are the girl on the beach of my dream, and I love you so.